After I heard that Insa-dong, a neighborhood in Seoul, was a hub of art and traditional culture, I just had to pay it a visit during my month studying abroad in Seoul. The first thing I did there after I got off the subway was go to the Jogesa Temple. There was an information center for foreigners, and the woman pictured in yellow handed me a pamphlet and told me about this wish tree, where you can hang your wish. I wrote one down and hung it up. She said if you walk around the 10-story relic stupa 3 times, your wish is said to come true. I did so and saw many people walking around, praying and bowing around the structure. At the temple, I walked over to the Daeungjong Hall, where chanting filled the air and people took off their shoes and bowed in worship. Because I am from the U.S., where Christianity is commonly practiced, I found it interesting to watch people practice Buddhism. The temple is surrounded by lotus flowers, which I thought were beautiful and which I later learned represent purity, enlightenment, and rebirth. I noticed people burning candles and incense, making clouds of smoke and pools of wax. I later learned the candles are meant to light up the world like Buddha, and the smoke from the incense is meant to send wishes to heaven. The next place I went was the Unhyonggung Palace, which was made of traditional architecture with a simple but beautiful wooden design. Being from the U.S., I don't get the opportunity to see many palaces, so I thought it was fascinating, and it was interesting to see all the old relics of the past there. After my visit to the palace, I just walked around the streets, looking into many of the shops. I loved seeing all the unique souvenirs and art. I also stopped inside of a tea house, which served traditional Korean-style tea. The woman at the register spoke English very well, and she explained the different types of tea to me, offering me suggestions on which teas tasted best cold, as it was a hot day. She allowed me to taste test a couple of marmalades that she mixed with water to make the tea, and the flavor I decided on was delicious. Because I love tea, this was one of my favorite stops. All the shops offered something unique, and there were art displays, street performers, and street artists as well, which was interesting to see and hear. Even the buildings and streets were beautiful and artsy, especially this colorful street. Insa-dong is a tourist attraction, and rightfully so, as it is one of Seoul's gems, and it offers a look at the traditional art, history, and culture of Seoul.